IELTS Speaking Part-01 topic. Social media. Vocabulary. A love-hate relationship. Time sink. To be hooked. A double-edged sword. I have to admit. State of limbo. Craving. Novelty. To reap the rewards. To be in two minds about something. To make it in life or to have made it in life. To bear in mind. One side of the story. Easier said than done. All in one. Prevalent. Question. Do you or your friends like social media? Honestly, it's a bit of a love-hate relationship for me. On the one hand, I like being able to stay in touch with friends, making payments on WeChat and being entertained on social media. There's so much content out there. Cooking videos, tutorials, talented musicians, and of course, an infinite supply of memes. But on the other hand, social media can be such a time sink. Once you start watching and the algorithm hooks you, a few hours can pass before you know it. We know these apps are designed to be addictive, yet we use them anyway. And that makes me feel a bit powerless. Most of my friends feel the same way I do about social media being a double-edged sword. Question. Do you think you or your friends use too much social media? I have to admit, we probably do use social media too much. I've read research about the psychology of addictive apps, and it's pretty disconcerting. For example, the infinite scrolling and swiping on video apps keeps the brain in a state of limbo, always unsatisfied and craving the next video. Constantly seeking novelty like that is very damaging for the brain because there's no effort required to reap the dopamine rewards. You can end up in a really vicious cycle of dependence on social media. Question. Do you want to work in social media? No, definitely not. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm in two minds about whether it's possible to use social media in a healthy way. I've personally felt the worst impacts of social media by comparing myself to others and feeling inadequate, or that I haven't quite made it in life. It's important to bear in mind that social media only shows one side of the story. You don't get to see the dark side because social media is essentially just a highlights reel of someone's life. So I wouldn't want to work in that environment because I'd feel as though I'm contributing to those problems. Question. What's the most popular social media channel in China? And that would be WeChat for sure. It's an indispensable part of daily life in China. In fact, I can't even think of a person who doesn't use WeChat. We use the app for keeping friends in the loop, communicating at work, ordering groceries, and even hailing a taxi. It's also a payment gateway, so it's very handy for sending or receiving money. Having so many features means it's almost an all-in-one app, which would explain why it's the most prevalent social media app in China.